through the Lord's grace. Later, however, his anger returned. He challenged Prahlada to show where Vishnu was present and struck a pillar, asking whether the Lord was in it. Vishnu emerged from the pillar as Narasimha, the man-lion incarnation, and killed Hiranyakashipu in accordance with Brahma's boon. Neither indoors nor outdoors, neither day nor night, neither by a man nor beast, neither on earth nor in the sky. Narasimha slew him at twilight on the threshold, placing him on his lap and using his nails. Even the gods were afraid of Narasimha's fierce form, but Prahlada approached fearlessly and prayed to the Lord to become peaceful. Narasimha blessed him and promised to remain associated with the sacred Audumbara tree. Prahlada attained liberation, becoming an eternal example of steadfast devotion. His life teaches that true knowledge is that which liberates, that Hari is present in every being, and that sincere bhakti, compassion, absence of jealousy, and remembrance of the divine name can overcome fear, suffering, and every obstacle. Listening to this sacred story with faith, especially on auspicious days such as full moon, Ashtami, or Dwadashi, is traditionally believed to bring spiritual merit and protection of Lord Hari. The discourse explains Prahlada's devotion, the structure of creation, the importance of time, and the path of spiritual practice to self-knowledge. Prahlada was protected by Lord Vishnu, and listening to his story is said to bring Vishnu's blessings. His lineage continued through his son Virochana and grandson Bali. The account also refers to Surabhi, from whom cows and buffaloes are said to have descended. Bali was taught by Prahlada that neither the donor nor the receiver is truly independent. Hari alone is the ultimate doer and the recipient. The story of Diti and Indra illustrates discipline, purity, and divine purpose. Diti undertook a year-long vrata to obtain a powerful son who could defeat Indra. Indra served her and waited for an opportunity. When Diti violated the conditions of the vow by sleeping at noon with unkempt hair and unwashed feet, Indra entered her womb and divided the fetus into 49 parts. On hearing their cries, he called them Marutas, from Maruda, meaning do not cry. Diti became angry, but Indra explained that Marutas had become divine beings aligned with the Devatas rather than enemies. A central teaching is that everything is governed by Vishnu and by Kala, or time. Even Brahma can create only through Vishnu's grace, and when appropriate time has only when appropriate time has arrived. Creation, nourishment, fruit bearing, procreation, spiritual progress, and the removal of obstacles all occur according to time. Therefore, one should perform one's duty, pray, and patiently wait for the right moment rather than force results. Kala Bhairava symbolizes time and is associated with the removing obstacles and granting permission for darshan of Vishwanatha. The discourse presents sadhana and sadhya, the spiritual practice and its goal, as apparently distinct but ultimately one. Yogis use pranayama and other discipline to attain Parabrahman, the state from which there is no return or rebirth. The deeper secret is that the means, the goal, the knowledge, and the resulting bliss are not separate realities. This identity reflects Advaita and leads to Atma Jnana. Knowledge is described as pure, peaceful, incomparable, beyond ordinary activity and definition, self-revealing, independent, and free from limitation. Superior spiritual knowledge should not be confused with merely worldly or object-based knowledge, which can distract the seeker. Karma seeds produce future experiences and rebirth, whereas a yogi who ceases to create such seeds is liberated. Narayana appears both the manifest both the manifest and unmanifest reality. The visible world is kshara, changeable and perishable, while the imperishable principle is akshara, identified as Parabrahman. The expression Om Namama, used during Aksharabhyasa, Om Nama, used during Aksharabhyasa, symbolizes surrender and the beginning of learning the truth of imperishable syllable. One should remain a lifelong student. Nara is associated with worldly existence, while Narayana is a foundation in which the universe exists. Narayana is not bound by samsara. The cosmic form of Vishnu, explained by Parashara to Maitreya, symbolizes the entire universe and the inner structure of human consciousness. The Kaustuba jewel represents the Jagat, while Vishnu, as a Jagadatma, holds and sustains the universe. His weapons and ornaments represent psychological and cosmic principles. The mace signifies buddhi, the conch represents tamasic ego, the bow represents rajasic ego and the senses, the discus represents the restless mind. Sudarshana suggests using the mind to see correctly or auspiciously. Sudarshana. It suggests using the mind to see correctly and auspiciously. The Vaijayanti garland, made of 5 kinds of flowers, represents the 5 elements. The arrows symbolize the Jnanendriyas and Karmendriyas, which must function under divine direction rather than personal desire. The sword Nandaka represents Vidya or knowledge, concealed by the covering of ignorance. Thus, all time beings, mountains, senses, intellect, forms of worship, knowledge and ignorance, existence and non-existence are contained in Vishnu. The forms and weapons of deities are not arbitrary or objects of ridicule. They are prescribed in sacred traditions and assist meditation. The divine destruction of demons symbolizes the removal of inner negativity, ignorance and attachment. The Ramayana may sincerely be understood inwardly. The struggle is against worldly attachment, while Sita represents the refined mind or inner awareness. Spiritual life begins with a sincere quest, disciplined practice, right knowledge, surrender, a patient trust in the divine order of time. Vishnu Purana discourse summary of 12th August. Structure of the Vishnu Purana. The Vishnu Purana is divided into 6 amshas comprising 126 chapters. The first amsha of 22 chapters describes cosmology, creation, Vishnu's supremacy, devotion as the path to liberation. The second amsha, containing of 16 chapters, describes cosmic geography, 7 dvipas or continents, 7 seas, 14 lokas, 7 upper and 7 lower, planets and mountains. The third to 6th amshas describe about Manvantaras, Dharma, royal dynasties, Krishna's life, Kali Yuga, dissolution and the yogic path to moksha. The form of Lord Vishnu. Vishnu's sakara or with form manifestation carries profound symbolism. Kaustuba Mani represents divine knowledge and pure consciousness. Shankha or conch, primordial sound, Shabda Brahma, the Veda. Chakra, the discus, represents time, mind and power of discernment. Khadga or Gada, sword and mace represent dharma, strength and protection. Shringa, horn or conch variant, represent regional iconographic forms. The position of weapons determines the deity's name and form according to Agama variations. He is Sakara yet Purvaja, prior to all. Apurva, unprecedented, and Vidya Swarupa, embodiment of knowledge. While The 14 lokas and the cosmic vision. Puranic cosmology describes 14 lokas, the 7 upper lokas, Bhu, Bhuvaha, Swaha, Mahar, Janaha, Tapaha and Satya lokas. The 7 lower lokas, Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Mahatala, Rasatala and Patala. Every Brahmanda or cosmic egg contains these 14 lokas, all manifestations of Vishnu Swarupa. Creation is Anadi or beginningless and Ananta, endless. It emanates from him and merges unto him. Shabda, the sacred sound or word, is both Sakara and Nirakara. Guru is Shabda. All Veda, Shastra, Purana, Itihasa, Vyakarana, poetry, Satsanga and chantings are forms of Paramatman. The story of Priyavrata and the 7 continents. Priyavrata, son of Swayambhuva Manu, married Kamya, the daughter of Kardama Prajapati, and had 10 sons. 3 sons, Samrat, Kukshi and Putra, chose renunciation or Nivritti Marga based on Atmajnana from previous births. They had no Mamakara or Ahankara. 7 sons received the 7 Dvipas or continents to rule with Niswartha Karma, selfless action. The 7 continents include Jambu Dvipa with Bharatavarsha, Shalmali, Kusha, Krauncha, Shaka, Pushkara and Plaksha. Priyavrata divided the earth into 7 parts, distributing them among the 7 ruling sons. Origin of Bharatavarsha. Himavarsha, from Himalayas to the southern ocean, was given to King Nabhi. Rishabha, a son of Nabhi, was a Raja Rishi who renounced, performed severe penance, Anashana Vrata, became lean with only nadis visible, placed a stone in his mouth and left the mortal world as Digambara. Bharata, son of Rishabha, was a noble king, after whom Himavarsha was renamed Bharatavarsha. Bharata left his body at Muktinatha Kshetra in Nepal, where both Shaligrama and Rudrakshas are found. Sumati was the son of Bharata. Bharatavarsha, Karma Bhumi and spiritual opportunity. Bharatavarsha lies south of Himalayas and the north of the ocean. It is Karma Bhumi, the field of Swarga, Pravritti and Moksha Nivritti. It is a field for Swarga, Pravritti as well as Moksha Nivritti. 7 sacred mountains, Mahendra, Malaya, Sahya, Shuktiman, Riksha, Vindhya and Pariyatra. All beings born here can attain mukti. No other place has this capacity. Celestials praise those born in Bharata who practice Indriya Nigraha and Sadhana. They can transcend heaven and reach the Almighty. This is the only land where all 4 yugas are experienced with proper yajnas and where proper yajnas can be performed. Birth here is a rare merit earned through many janmas. Worship across continents. Each continent worships the Almighty in a specific form. Bhadrashva worships Hayagriva, Ketumala worships Varaha, Bharata Bhumi, Kurma, Kuruvarsha worship the Matsya, and everywhere Vishwarupa is worshipped. All are Akhilatma worshipped according to the local tastes and forms. Datta Bhiksha tradition in Ganagapura, Swamiji spoke about it. Bhiksha given with devotion pleases the Lord. He used the word Bicham, given with neglect that does not please the Lord at all. Offering food in Ganagapura to any being for 40 days is recognized as Datta Sadhana. Lord Dattatreya accepts Bhiksha in some or the other form. The core teachings are Aham Harihi, Sarvam Idam Janardanaha. Contemplate to dissolve duality. Aham Harihi, Sarvam Idam Janardanaha. Contemplate to dissolve the duality. Vasudeva Sarvam should be chanted always. Duality or Dvandva is the cause of suffering. Non-duality eliminates sin. Considered consider ourselves as Atma Swarupa, not as sinners, to alleviate ahankara. Yasya prasadat ahameva Vishnu. That is the teaching of Guru Gita. Never forget the Guru. He is both cause and effect. Attain the sleep state of non-sin while awake itself. Satkarma means work with Bhagavat Smarana, not with selfish goals. Do not leave your sampradaya, culture or traditions. Jambu Dvipa is most pious for sadhana. Contemplation for transcendence. Keep the mind at Omkareshwara, Madhya Pradesh. There is also Makaleshwara. Contemplation on the Om leads to transcendence of Kala or time. Utilize this birth fully. Every work should be performed for Paramarthma with devotion and love. This discourse marks the end of the first Amsha and entry into the second Amsha of Vishnu Purana. Total 6 Amshas exist. The first Amsha's teachings redeem our sins when properly contemplated. On the 13th of August, Pujya Swamiji gave the discourse continued on Vishnu Purana, Cosmology and Scriptural Foundation. The teachings describe the cosmic structure of the worlds above, the sun, the stars, the Jyotish Chakra. Emphasis was placed on preserving foundational knowledge by listening to the original Moola Shlokas from Ramayana, Yoga Vasishta and Puranas, which are increasingly rare in modern times. Scientific concepts were correlated with scriptural descriptions. Earth's expansion, Panchakoti Vistara, 50 crore yojanas or 400 crore miles, circumference 12,756 kilometers, and the Milky Way's dimension of 1,20,000 light years, with 1 light year being 9.46 trillion kilometers. The Earth evolved from 9 to 7 continents with Patala and netherworlds, Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Nitala and Patala described in detail. Patala and Adishesha. Patala realms possess light without sun and moonlight without coolness. Demons sent by Vamana enjoy there, unaware of the time's passage. Sleep represents a state beyond time-related happiness. All worlds, including Patala, are sustained by Adishesha or Ananta. This is a Tamasi Tanu of Vishnu, who manifests as Balabhadra and Lakshmana. Adishesha has thousands of hoods, each marked with a swastika, appearing brilliantly white like a mountain of fire, controlling everything while watching all beings. Swamiji also described about the Kundalini and the chakra systems. The human body's chakra system mirrors the cosmic structure. The 7 chakras correspond to the 7 lokas. Lower worlds extend from the top to bottom. Upper worlds, urdhva lokas, from below upward. Kundalini energy represented as a naga remains dormant with only 0.01% utilized by human achievements. Through pranayama, breath reaches the Mooladhara and beyond, awakening Kundalini to enter the Sushumna and ascend through the chakras, elevating the soul. Adishesha bears all 7 lokas as casually as a mustard seed in one's hand, having gained this capacity through satsanga or holy company. Adishesha's iconography and worship. Adishesha wears blue cloth as Tamoguna Murti with Udreka and Mada. He holds a plough, symbolizing Earth's need for tilling, and he is adorned with a white garland worshipped by Varuni Murti. Adishesha was worshipped by sage Garga, who saw Krishna's birth chart and learned Jyotisha. Even in Patala, Adishesha, who is a Shvetanaga, is not easily visible to all the residents. Swamiji also described about the different Narakalokas and the karma. Below Patala lies Narakaloka or the hell, where with various hells like Raurava and others, assigned based on the sins as detailed in Garuda Puranam. Yama, seated in the south, controls these netherworlds. Though Yama Darshan is not easy, Based on karma, souls go to Swarga or Naraka, experience suffering proportionate to their actions. Humans have only two births, at birth and death. In the womb, souls recall past suffering and resolve to live austere lives, but forget it upon birth. Having a guru without practicing sadhana is like holding a lamp while closing one's eyes. One must appropriately use this birth through dedicated practice. Specific sins and their narakas. Pujya Swamiji also described the different types of sins that lead to specific narakas. Cheating, false witness, untruthfulness lead to Raurava Naraka. Stealing gold, harming Brahmins, it leads to separate Naraka. Robbery, lustfulness, indisciplined behavior, evil deeds, Krumi Naraka, and so on and so forth. Vaitarini and Asipatra forest was also described. Vaitarini is a difficult river to cross. Asipatra forest, the punishment is Asipatra forest punishes tree cutters with sword-like leaves. The Garuda Puranam describes all these narakas in detail. Liberation through Namaskarana. Only Bhagavan Namaskarana or chanting the divine name enables transcendence of these narakas or hells. Swamiji also explained about the devotion to Jagannatha. The discourse that day concluded with the devotion to Jagannatha, describing his huge eyes and magnificent Ratha. Though he looks upon devotees, they often fail to see him. At Puri's Shankara Peetham, Annakshetra, 7 pots of wood fire cook, with the top pot cooking first, symbolizing the 6 chakras. Lakhs attend Rathotsava with Subhadra, Balabhadra and Jagannatha. The prayer invokes Jagannatha Swami, Nayana Pathagami Bhavatume. May Lord Jagannatha be the object of my vision. Seeking liberation from samsara and sins, with Parabrahma on the Niladri's peak, Ananta's head, and divine bliss. Swamiji's spiritual discourse on the 14th of August. On the 8th day of the Shatachandi Yaga, 1,000 women chanted the Lalita Sahasranama, invoking the Divine Mother's grace. Simultaneously, the Jayalakshmipuram community recited the entire Sundarakanda before Hanuman, adorned as Jayalakshmi Mata. Sundarakanda Parayana confers the merit of reciting the whole Ramayana, brings joy and removes suffering. The Lalita Sahasranama is regarded as the essence of all knowledge and a powerful means for spiritual protection. Cosmology, Adisesha, Patala and Naraka. Adisesha is the tamasi or the inert aspect of Vishnu, supporting the 7 nether worlds, Patala, beneath the earth. Below Patala lies Naraka, where sins are expiated. Asipatravana, the forest of sword leaves, is the Naraka for those who wantonly fell trees or abandon Vedic teachings. The injection, plant a tree before cutting when unavoidable. Dharma, vratas and transgressions. Vratalopa or breaking vows must be avoided. Many vratas are family observances. Falling from ashrama dharma or violating varnashrama boundaries leads to specific narakas. A brahmachari should not sleep during daytime. Role reversals that invert dharma, fathers learning from children inappropriately, lead to Shvabhojana Naraka. The remedy is proportionate prayaschitta or atonement. Neither neglect nor excess is advised during performing prayaschittas. Sundarakanda as Veda Parayana and Bhakti Supreme. The verse Veda Vedye Pare Pumshi in Shatashloki Ramayana teaches that when the Supreme Being, knowable through Vedas, incarnated as Rama, the Vedas descended as the Ramayana. Thus, Sundarakanda Parayana equals Veda Parayana. God's blessings are equally available for all. Bhakti or devotion is paramount. Deviation from ashrama dharma brings naraka. Omission of prayaschitta also compounds the sin. Swamiji explained that Namaskarana is the universal antidote. for any sin. Krishna Smarana and Vishnu Smarana redeem all sins, even those deemed otherwise non-redeemable. Chanting Achyuta Ananta Govinda immediately dispels difficulties. Namasmarana is not casual recollection, but samsmarana, deep faith-filled remembrance that sows seeds for mukti or liberation, surpassing even swarga, which is temporary. For such devotees, Naraka is nullified. Swamiji explained that Swarga and Naraka, the mind as the cause. Swarga is what pleases the mind. Naraka is the opposite. Punya, virtue, leads to Swarga. Papa, sin, leads to Naraka. Objects are neutral. Attachment causes pleasure, pain, jealousy, and anger. Regard attachment as a snake that swallows you. Use objects appropriately without being consumed by attachment or aversion. Bondage and freedom arise within. Jnana, ego, and technology. The mind drives experiences. Even technology, example, phone or listening, can steer thoughts. Swamiji advises, use it carefully. Jnana or knowledge is Parabrahma. But when tinged with ego, it entangles. Jnana without ego is the goal. It enables discernment of Vidya, higher knowledge, and avidya, or ignorance. Jnana without ego is the goal. That enables discernment of Vidya and avidya. It differentiates between higher knowledge and ignorance. Cosmic order and solar phenomena. Various Surya, suns, grahas, planets, and dvipas, islands, and rivers are described. Their inhabitants perform karmas by Vishnu's grace. There is no literal sunrise or sunset, only darshana, that is appearance, and adarshana, or disappearance of Ravi, that is sun, appears as sunrise or sunset. Nothing surpasses tapas. Udayastanana is the sun's appearing or disappearing, leading into Sandhya Vandana with chanting of Hari's name. Ethics, Panchayajnas, and gatekeepers to moksha. Causing pain to others leads to Naraka. Helping others leads to Swarga. Apologize for inadvertent harm. Introspect and correct yourself. Namasmarana is Sarva Aushadhi, universal medicine. Removing Bhavaroga, disease of worldly existence. Continuous remembrance is the secret of yogis, rishis, and avadhutas. Panchayajnas redeem minor daily sins. They are Deva Yajna, or doing puja, Bhuta Yajna, offering to beings, Manushya Yajna, service to humans, Pitru Yajna, rites to the ancestors, and Brahma Yajna, that is studying or teaching of Vedic sacred knowledge. Performing Namasmarana thrice daily aids redemption and deters future sin. Swamiji also explained about the four gatekeepers to moksha. Shama, or tranquility, Vichara, or discriminative inquiry, Santosha, or contentment, Sadhu Sangama, or company of good. These are the four gatekeepers to moksha, or liberation. Cultivating these purifies the mind and leads to liberation. The section closes with the Grahamandalam description and reiterates sunrise, sunset as darshana, adarshana, and Surya Upasana is essential in this Manvantara, Swamiji explained. Brahmarpanam, all is Hari. Brahman is the Mula Prakriti, or the root nature, both Vyakta, manifest, and Avyakta, or unmanifest. Everything arises from and merges into him. Brahmarpanam, vision, the offering, the vision of Brahmarpanam. The offering, the oblation, fire, the offerer, food, the eater, and digester, all are Hari. Nothing lies beyond him. See him as omniscient. This mirrors Bhagavad Gita, chapter 4, sloka 24, and the traditional Bhojana mantras. On the 9th day of the Shatachandi Yaga, The Pondicherry team led bhajans and performed Annadana Seva at the Pondicherry Ashram, revered as the Guru's temple. The day also marked India's 80th Independence Day, celebrated with distribution of bags to the underprivileged children. The discourse highlighted Bharata as Karma Bhumi, the land of action, extolled in the Vishnu Purana as uniquely enabling mukti, liberation, a status even celestial beings envy. Namaskarana and Surya Upasana. The satsang emphasized Namaskarana as a means to redeem all sins and attain both bhukti, prosperity, and mukti. Addressing common misconceptions about the sun and the creation, the discourse urged correlating scientific insights with deeper Puranic research, respecting indigenous knowledge systems, and protecting Sampradaya and Granthas. Surya Upasana was underscored as paramount in Vaivasvata Manvantara, with Aditya Hrudaya and 12 names of Surya recommended for daily chanting with offering of water. Sandhya Vandana, Gayatri, and Mandeha demons. During the 3 Sandhyas, the Mandeha demons, cursed to die and reborn daily, assail Surya. Chanting Omkara and Gayatri with ablution, or Arghya and Mantra and Upasthana protects Surya and earns his blessings. Neglect renders one as a drohi or traitor to Bhaskara. Practitioners transcend Surya Loka and reach the Almighty. And Vishnu Padam described as the fruit of both Gayatri and Surya Upasana. Vishnu Pada, Ganga, and liberation. Yatis who have renunciated, who are beyond Yatis renunciates beyond Punya and Papa, attain Vishnu Pada by seeing all as Brahman. Householders accrue Punya via Gayatri Japa and Surya Upasana to ultimately reach the same. Vishnu Pada, the foundation sustaining all worlds and their rainfalls, is the source of Ganga. Brought down when Vamana's feet pierced the universe. Brahma collected this water in his Kamanda to wash Vishnu's feet, after which celestials, Dhruva and Saptarishis revered it. Shiva held Ganga on his head for centuries before it flowed to the earth. Bathing in Ganga with faith redeems sins, and Tarpanam to Pitru Devatas there sanctifies the entire family. Ganga's grace and Dattaji's Kirtana about Ganga. Even hearing, seeing, touching, drinking or chanting Ganga's name from afar washes 3 Janmas sins and grants Vishnu Loka. Vasudeva himself prefers Ganga's banks. The Kannada translation of Sri Krishna Shatakam and the Kirtana Yehi Pahi Punihi Gange by Dattaji were highlighted, praising Ganga as embodiment of compassion, carrying the energy of Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva, following Bhagiratha and purifying Vak, Manas and Kaya. Ganga Dashami, Jyeshtha Shuddha Dashami, marks her Diksha day, celebrated with Ganga Dashashloki. This is a summary of the discourse on the 16th of August. The 4th year of the Chaturmasya Shatachandi Yaga concluded today. The occasion was marked by a special shower of rain at noon, understood as the grace of Divine Mother and as an effect of the Yajna. Such sacred events